Hey there, it's Suzi. Welcome to this week's Women, Words and Wine. I've just been handed my glass of wine. Hope you've had a great week. If you're joining us here today, please go ahead and let me know you're here. Pop something in the comments and let me know what it is that you are drinking for Women, Words and Wine. I'll be sharing mine in just a moment as I bring on my guest. Hope you've had a good day. It's my partner PJ's birthday today, and we've just got off a Zoom call with some friends where we were it was just chaotic. Everyone was talking at the same time. We blew out a candle, etc. Hey, love the sequence. Oh, this is really cool. You know, I hardly ever wear this shirt, and it has got all little blingy things. I'm not really a blingy person, but it's black, so that fits my my MO. And it's got a little bit of bling. Nice to have you here. Happy birthday, PJ Jen saying. He's in the background eating chocolate-covered strawberries, which someone gave him today, and checking his Facebook messages, but he may make a cameo a little later on. If you've just joined us, go ahead and let me know you're here. Pop something in comments. I'm very excited to introduce my guest tonight. As you know, each week I bring on a friend who is not only a friend, but an expert in something. And tonight's guest is no different. She's a branding expert. I'll give you a little bit of her bio, and I'm sure you're going to love her. We've known each other for many, many, many years now. And she's a business reinvention expert. So if you feel like you need to a do-over with your business, she is your gal. She has done business turnarounds for over 25 years, and she's worked with amazing brands that you all know, brands like Freedom and Maya and Alabache. And she's one of those kick butt women who just not take anything. She never takes anything lying down. She has a win or go home kind of attitude. She has a no BS leadership style and communication style. And so if you know me, you know that's my kind of girl. So you're going to get to know her a little more today. She's going to be sharing a little bit of her expertise, and she lives right here in Sydney with me. And a bunch of you saying hello. So great to have you here. Hey, Karen.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Hi. I'm just looking at the comments here. I've got hello. Hey, Maria. Liz says hello, gorgeous women watching along. Thank you, Liz. Liz has been a regular. And Amanda's waving along. Hey, Helen.
I'll trust you.
Now, can you see the comments where people are commenting?
Well, I best not mess around with the technology or lend into you.
All right, I'll read them out for you. Hey, Kat. Kat's joining us from Brisbane. Great to have you guys here. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of background. So Karen and I had met at a business event, and it was just like one of those, oh, were you there? Were you there? But where we really connected was through CrossFit. We've been going to the same gym for, I don't know, you've been going longer than I have. How long have you been going?
I care not to answer that question. 10 plus. Let's just say 10 years.
Well, I joined in 2007 and you were already there. So probably longer than that. Yeah. And as you know, we are not spring chickens. I don't have to tell you guys that. But I wanted to share this with you, this picture here. It's going to obscure me and Karen for a minute, but this is a picture that the gym was using as Facebook ads to drive new customers. And they tested a whole bunch of different ads, and this one was their winner.
Yay! Yeah.
Yay us. Karen says we were trying to change the demographic of the gym, but we must have, because this was kind of the winning one. And here we are, you know, arm in arm at one of our CrossFit workouts. Yeah, but loads of fun. We've heard each other grunt and moan in the best possible ways for years and years and years. And Karen is actually, she's a fierce competitor. She's a great athlete. And I spoke to her early today, and I said, are you doing the 5 o'clock workout? Because there's a workout our gym does virtually every day at 5. She said, well, I've worked out already once today, so I'll have to think about it. Like, what?
I did actually do it. I did.
You did do it?
Yeah, I did.
You did do it. Yeah, you're amazing. That's why you kick butt. Seriously, ladies, we are in the gym, and there are 25-year-olds, and Karen will put them all to shame because she's an amazing athlete and a great competitor. Hiya, people. Yes, hello. Hey, Eleni. Great to have you here. Hey, Sharon. Selena says, you two are amazing, sticking with CrossFit for such a long time. Amazing or crazy?
Crazy, actually.
One or the other. Now, who is Flickr? Is that you? Someone said, hiya, Flickr. I don't know who Flickr is.
Who's Flickr?
I don't know. Maybe it's someone else who's here watching. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do tell us you're here. Now, what are you drinking, Kaz?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, I've almost finished. Oh, you can't actually see. I've almost finished this little kind of aperitif, which is a vodka, lime, and soda. And then I have a chaser ready to go. It's red wine. So I'm a red wine kind of girl, and it's a red wine kind of night. So
it is a red wine kind of night. Well, I'm having red, but it's in a flute because it's actually a sparkling red. It's from McLaren Vale, and I can't read the label, but I'll hold it up for those of you who have eyeballs that can read that. I will tell you later what it is. And
fridge, is that from the? Have you served that out of the fridge?
Yeah, served it out of the fridge.
Oh, okay.
And it's bubbly because we're celebrating PJ's birthday, and I thought I want bubbles, but I want red, and so the happy medium was the sparkling Shiraz.
Perfect.
Oh, hey, Felicity, you're Flicker, and M was saying hi to you, and Stella's letting me know in on the joke. Hey, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Flick from the Quarters, Old Broome accommodation. Okay, we've got people here from Broome. Oh, it's an early Words and Wine for you, so 5 p.m. In WA, but so great to have you here.
Awesome.
And happy birthday, PJ, says Stella. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, Sam. How many of you are first-timers? For whom is this your first Women, Words and Wine? Go ahead and let us know.
Oh, no, I watched last week. I watched last week.
You watched last week. You're a newbie. Elena's having Bombay Gin Martini. What are you guys drinking? Who's a first-timer? Talk to us. Tell us what's going on. All right, there's lots of exchanges happening here. First one, hey, Mike Warner. It's his first now. Mike is Karen's husband. Thank you. That's the kind of guy we like. He's here, he's supporting. Great. And Em's a newbie. Welcome, Em. Thank you all to those of you who are returning guests. We've got some fun things in Kathy is Helena. Hey, Helena. Helena's got a fabulous business. She's one of our members. She has a business. She teaches children arithmetic or mathematics or using really advanced strategies where they're kind of doing this really complex math, but as children, it's really wonderful. Amanda's having decaf coffee. And Kat's drinking 42 degrees below vodka and soda. Hey, you know what I want to try? We'll get off the alcohol thing in a minute. The Rock, you know The Rock, beautiful Rock, the man, not Ayers Rock. He has developed a tequila. Oh. And if I could get my hands on some, I would love to try it because he's a classy guy. I love him. And I reckon he would make a very good tequila. Plus, I want to support it.
That's something I need to actually get comfortable with, tequila. I haven't had a lot of tequila experience.
I'd be happy to have a tequila experience with you. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, no, I obviously need to eat more. Is it Mexican? Is tequila Mexican? Where do we eat tequila? Is it Mexican?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it may be made in multiple South American countries. Someone who knows, someone Google it, let us know. Liz said she made her husband birthday dinner early so she could join us. That tells you something. I love it. It's PJ's birthday as well. And Kat says, ooh la la, tequila. She's going to go hunting. Anna James, hello. I'm working and drinking water. Can you believe it? Happy birthday, PJ. Anna, we missed you yesterday on our event. All right, let's get into some of the things that made us laugh over the last week. I've got some things here that Karen has pulled out that we're going to be sharing with you. She's going to talk us through it. So tell us why this one made you laugh.
Oh, well, we're all stuck at home with more than just ourselves. And I don't know, this one just actually not just made me giggle, it made me howl with laughter. And I think, in our situation, we've got 2 teenage kids, myself and my husband, Mike, all here in the house has got plenty of space, but nonetheless, we're here. And those little things that usually you let slide and most of the time you can deal with. In isolation, things are not so easy to cope with. And I just could relate to this. I don't know whether it had been a bad day. It's like, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I just actually really did make me giggle quite a lot.
I love it. Let us know if you like that one. Leave us a comment. This is one that I liked. I wash my hands anyway, so washing my hands is not new to me. But speaking of men that I adore, like The Rock, this one here says, wash your hands like you're washing Jason Momoa. Anyone else a Jason Momoa fan? He's just adorable. You are now. So I thought that was really, really, really funny. Thank you, Karen. I've just screenshotted that image. Oh, great.
It's classic. I'm sure you can use it at other times.
And PJ saying, Mike, I would be worried. I'm not sure. So my PJ and your Mike are having conversation somewhere in the background here. I don't know what they're up to, but we better beware. This one here, I did have to black out a little bit just so that we didn't.
There's nothing subtle about this, but any of us who have pets, and I mean, I'm a dog person, not a cat person, but same. I am a classic person that every time we leave the house, we put the TV on for Maggie. Maggie's our dog. We put the TV on or the radio on. And I just thought this was so funny under this circumstance, the cat asking if we wanted the bloody radio on while he or she went out.
I love it. I've seen a couple like that. Dogs, obviously not so much. They're not going to go too far without you, but the cats are like, yeah, absolutely out there. I've got a cat one too. It's slightly different. This cat here, this is walking past people at the grocery store. And I have seen people do that. I've seen people rat each other out on, someone gets a little bit close. And, when you're picking your vegetables, you don't always think about, there's often two people in the avocado bin, and people are like, get away from me. And it's like, I didn't mean it. I was like, chill, people.
I saw a very nervous lady a couple of weeks ago. So early on in the piece, she was older, even older than me. So that's saying something. And she had the mask and the gloves and the whole bit. But anytime anyone came within about maybe a metre of her, she did this kind of sort of jump. And
you could have just crossfitted.
She was freaking everybody out in the store. And then she just gave a complete serve to the poor girl behind the counter, grilling her. Did you wash your hands? I need to see you wash your hands before you.
Oh, my goodness.
She was,
a bit loopy. Amanda's saying, responding to your radio one, saying that's funny. I leave the radio on for the budgies. Yeah. Absolutely. We used to put my dog Bella in a kennel where they had televisions for the pets. And if you're one of those people who leaves the TV on for your pet, I am not judging you. I think it's great. Em is saying, love that one. Grateful for living on a farm to send the husband to the paddock. That's fantastic. Those of you who live on a farm, I have a good friend who lives on a farm in northern New South Wales. You're living in isolation anyway, so I'm hoping this whole experience is a little bit easier for you than those who are used to, the commute and being on trains and, being around a whole lot of people. We've got a couple more of these things, and this one is fitting for tonight.
Yes.
Has this been the case for you?
Look, I think
that out.
Yep. Say no more. There's nothing else to say. I mean, there's so many jokes going around alcohol holding it all together, and I think with all jokes aside, I think what's really important is everybody can have a bit of a laugh and relax and realise that whatever it takes at this point, we've got to look after ourselves and have a bit of fun along the way. And so that's
absolutely. And friends, I haven't been to a bottle shop for weeks and weeks, but because we have plenty of supplies. But a friend's son works at Dan Murphy's, and she said their sales are through the roof, which I totally understand, right? Because you're home all day. And someone said to me last week, the woman who normally does my eyebrows, these eyebrows that have grown like caterpillars at the moment, she said, don't you know that noon is the new 5 p.m.? I said, no, I didn't know that. Hasn't been the case for me because I'm turning up to an office every day, but I get it. And as I said, no.
Time's all mushing in together. People are kind of losing track of days of week, the time. Like even those boundaries that were getting fuzzier and fuzzier are now really murky. And it's it's a very interesting process.
Do you consider yourself, let me ask you, an introvert or an extrovert?
Me? Yeah. Oh, extrovert. Hands
Well, I
down.
know the answer. I know the answer. I was really asking for the people at home. At home, would you say you're an introvert or an extrovert? Go ahead and tell me in the comments. Introvert or extrovert? I'm going to give you a second to do that. Helen's run out of wine. Well, you better fix that, Helen. Introvert or extrovert? What would you say you are, those watching at home? I'd love you to pop something in the chat there. Because this experience of, being at home more is really quite different, I think, for introverts and extroverts. So Susan is an introvert. Em is an extrovert. Helen's an introvert. Black Rebel Heart is both. Okay. I think it's called an ambivert. Kat's an extrovert. No way, Kat. I know Kat. Oh my God, I'm an extrovert, says Liz. Well, and Maria's an extrovert. Yeah, there's quite a few of both, actually.
Yeah.
Mike says Mike, your husband, says he's totally the opposite of you.
He's so it's not even close.
And Joanna's an extroverted introvert. I love that.
It's very true, and it's very pertinent to how you handle being in isolation and the things that you find challenging to deal with.
Right. And so my little thing here that I wanted to share was this one.
Yeah.
She says, finally, introverts experience a world that is suited for us. All events cancelled. We don't even have to go through the trouble of flaking. No one is making random small talk or physical contact. Everybody minding their business. And I think that for introverts, maybe it is a little easier. I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think. And that for extroverts, maybe you're using the social channels or communication channels to still feel connected. I'd love to know where you guys are at with that. So
partly that's why I'm knitting the noose for Mike.
Oh, right? Why you're knitting the noose?
Because being the extrovert that I am, I need to talk and connect and
Mike's in the corner saying stop talking.
My thoughts, and he's very happy just not, right? And so when I want to talk and he says, I'm processing something. I find that hard. I'm sure it's a big part of how people are dealing with what's going on at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm loving some of these comments. So Amanda said, I go in to recoup and recover, but love the fire and energy of being with people. And Stella says, being an empath, loving the less people around. Yeah, right, because you take on their emotions, right? Sharon says, I totally get that. It's like utopia. And I'm an introvert, but I have a very extroverted kind of role. So I'm on lives, and here we are, and I do a lot of presentations and do a lot of training and mentoring and connecting and all that. But I do need to recoup. And so when I come home, PJ and I can be in the house, each with a AirPod, whatever they're called, EarPod. Someone tell me what they're called. Anyway, AirPod. They're called AirPods, right? Yeah. And walking around the house, and we're connected, but we're each listening to our own thing. We're doing a bit of reading. He's sitting over there. You would hate it, Karen.
I would hate it. That would do my head in. I'd be knitting you a noose as well.
Yeah, she'd be knitting me a noose.
Knitting everybody a noose.
So Eleni says, introvert me is loving not having to say no to social activities, or saying yes and then go, why did I say yes? That's the other thing. Deb says, after 14 days of lockdown, I felt like this. Her head was going to explode. Very good. Yeah, I get it. And Anthony Commono is here. Hello. Anthony is a mutual friend of ours that we met through the gym. I'm having some men on here tonight. Susan says she's been practicing all her life for this. You are a cracker. You're a cracker. That's so funny. Yeah. And Liz said, have you heard of ambivert? Yes. And I think sometimes I'm an ambivert, but then I think, oh no, I'm just an introvert. I'm not sure. But I love people, and I love to connect with people. Yeah, great. All right. So we did promise you some not serious stuff, but, I love for my guests to share some of their expertise. And as I mentioned, Karen has a lot of expertise in turning businesses around, in high-level branding, in working with big retail brands. But she's a small business owner, and she's run her own business for a number of years. And so she understands the small business landscape, and even some of the big brands that that were still, family-owned businesses and run like a small business. So I'm going to hand over to you. I know you've got some great tips that you want to share with them here, and I will be listening in and watching for comments.
Okay, look, I think the single biggest tip I could pass on for everybody tonight is really just decide that you're going to come out of this better than you started. There are so many opportunities appearing on a daily basis out of this crisis, and us as business owners, we will only see those opportunities if we truly have an open mind and decide that we will come out of this better than when we started. There are many, many businesses out there that are thriving. There are many businesses that are preparing to thrive. But those businesses that are preparing to thrive are those people with the right mindset, and the people that are not curling up in a ball and just seeing doom and gloom. So I think, there's a couple of key things that we need to remind ourselves about when we're under this kind of stress. The first one I would say is remind yourself of your why. What is the one single point of difference that will give the customer to choose you? Buying a pair of jeans. We all know we can go anywhere for that pair of jeans. There are lots of stores that have our favorite brand. Beauty, exercise, fashion, food, whatever it is, we have choice as a customer. We have the power. So know what it is. Why is your customer going to choose you over those other people that they could choose from? And that point of difference. And often under stress, people think, oh, yeah, vision and mission and values and all that stuff. Yeah, I'll deal with that later. I don't have time. I've just got to survive.
Right.
Survival will depend on actually coming back to your center and deciding what it is that makes you special and why the customer will choose you over Betty Joe or Billy Smith or Jimmy Bling down the street. Secondly, make sure you're super clear on your target audience. Do you really know your target audience? That doesn't mean just some of those cliche demographics. Those cliche demographics are great. But now's a great time to pick up the phone. Have you actually spoken to your top 10 customers or your top 10 clients? You've got time to now. Just talk to them, What is it they love about your brand, pre-COVID, post-COVID? What is it, more importantly, and this is the clanger, this is where you can really learn, what is it that they actually love about your competitors' brands? That's the gold.
Wow, that's a great question.
What is it that they're actually seeing your competitors do that they kind of wish you were doing? They kind of want to buy from you, but they're seeing this other person over here offering something that really resonates with them. Where do these guys hang out? Everybody, we know physically everybody's hanging out at home at the moment. But when they're at home, where are they? What Facebook groups are they in? What YouTube stuff are they watching? Where are they actually socializing? Because you need to understand these customers and where these people are. And as I said, what can you learn from them? What questions can you ask them to help improve the streamlining of your business and the way that you actually can deliver a product or a service to those people? Thirdly, what new ways of reaching your audience have you discovered? Maybe you were dabbling with a business channel. Maybe you were dabbling with a product or a service. And maybe what you've realized is there's something real in that. And you've decided to try and escalate it. Maybe through your feedback, you've realized that your customers actually need to get hold of your product in a totally different way to what you were doing before. So I think what's most important is you ask these questions and you're thinking about your business with a truly open, clean canvas. If you've got this voice in your head saying, I already know the answer, I don't know why I'm doing this, I'm only doing that because that woman on Facebook told me to. Don't do that. Have a truly open mind and you'll be absolutely blown away about what you can learn at the moment. And I guess the last thing here is, what stuff are you doing in your business that's not consistent with your message? There'll be things.
An example. What do you mean?
Well, there's things in your business. For example, I don't know, maybe you're talking about your absolute point of difference for your customer is always being available to answer whatever question they might have. Right. So if you're a retailer, maybe they're browsing, maybe they've got questions on, the fit of a pair of jeans or the way a piece of a skincare product works, or, maybe they've got questions. So maybe they're actually exploring options. And if you pride yourself on saying we will service our customers from A through to Z, if you don't have a mechanism in place to allow that browsing and that questioning and that and I guess that exploring, then you're not actually fulfilling that part of your message.
That's great.
So that means that you've got a gap, and maybe you're doing something else in your business that's not actually reinforcing your service message. And if that's the case, get rid of that and start doing what your customer needs you to do. You know, this reinvention stage is as much about cutting things out, actually, as it is about adding things in. You know, you've got this kind of, I don't know if you can see my stomach. You've actually got this pat your head and rub your stomach thing going on. It's not about saying just throw money blindly at a business in a time of stress. It's about saying be really prudent and considered and strategic about where you're spending your dollars, and make sure you're spending your dollars in a way that your customer actually needs you to spend them, and that's reinforcing your brand and your offer. And you'll probably find through this process you're going to become even more narrowly focused and more channeled and more specialized. And you know what? You might become more profitable at the end of this because you've cut all this other stuff out that is not actually serving your message, and it's not actually serving your customer. And maybe it was on that to-do list that you've had in the business for the last 12 months, thinking, I'll get to that, I'll get to that, I'll get to that. Now's the time to get to that.
So fascinating. I love what you're saying there, because it can be really easy, especially when we're in a point of upheaval, to think, I need to just get busy and do things. And that, you know, and some of those things are what my competitor's doing, or what I saw someone else doing, or what that course I took says I should be doing. And yet there is probably one particular pain point or problem that you solve, as we talk about in my business, that is the key thing that people are coming to you for. So when I think about the Her Business Network, women come because they want to get new clients, they want to grow their business, but they want to be connected to other women. So we have to facilitate them connecting, right? Yeah. Otherwise, we're not doing our job. And we can provide great education and we can provide mentoring and all those things. But ultimately, our role, I feel, one of our roles is, and I love your idea about talking to more of your clients, is to how can we continue to find ways to connect to our clients and have them connect with each other. I think if we continue to do that, people will continue to be our members, and we've got a bunch of our members here today. I
think that's really, really key, and it's digging deep on that stuff. It's not just brushing over the word connection and saying, oh yeah, it's actually digging. And it's now realizing that connection to everybody after this period is going to mean something different. I don't care what anybody says, the world will change, and connection is going to have a different meaning now. And businesses need to be, in my view, the more work we can be doing now while things are in lockdown or isolation, then when the fog lifts, we are ready to push that button and fly, because there will be people ready. There's people getting ready, and you don't want to be left behind. And now's the time to be doing the work.
I love everything that Karen said. If you've got any questions, go ahead and post them here, because if we have time, maybe Karen can answer a question for you. Is Mike harassing you?
No. I was just checking that the dinner was getting cooked.
You gotta get on it, Mike. So what I wanted to add to what Karen was saying is really, really digging deep and getting clear on how you're going to show up for your people. We were having our team meeting this morning, as we do every Wednesday morning. And as we went around the team, we were talking about how the experience we have inside of our team. You know, we are great with Infusionsoft, which is a customer relationship management system, video production, running webinars, running Facebook groups, email campaigns, content calendars, social media campaigns. I realized after we went around and thought about all these capabilities that these are all skills that I know our customers want. So we're saying collectively as a team, we use all these things to connect with our consumers. How can we make that knowledge more available, even more available to our clients, because we can help them do what it is that we're doing for themselves with their own audiences. And so that's one of the ways that we're going to be just showing up more for our clients, using skills that we have already.
The other thing too is, you know, if your clients see you opening yourself up and really trying to respond to their needs, to their expectations, respecting the fact that things have changed, then you're really showing your brand, your true values, and that immediately will connect your customer with you. Because, like, if I bring it back to the retail thing, we've all got choices. We can shop anywhere, but we will shop with the store, with the people that we like and we trust, and we feel like, they're good people. And that's the same for anything. And I think if our customers and clients see us actually, putting ourselves out there and really working to offer a better product and service, then, we're giving our customers a chance to connect with us truly as a brand, and then you'll have them for life,
We've had a number of messages sort of unsolicited, and I'm not saying this to pat ourselves on the back, but, we have sort of doubled down on everything that we're doing for our members over the last month. And we've had so many people just unsolicited reaching out and saying, thank you so much. We have noticed that you are doing even more to help us right now. And thank you for that. And so your clients will notice then when you are really showing up for them.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you a couple of these comments here. So Liz, Liz said, how people show up during this time will be a lasting shadow. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think Nikki, sorry, go ahead.
People's businesses will actually change. They're going to look different tomorrow than what they did yesterday. And, great. There's probably a whole bunch of businesses that needed to make those changes.
Right. Yes, there's a whole lot of businesses that weren't doing well before, and they're not going to be doing any better now. But hopefully people will come out of it noticing, you know what, I didn't have a viable business model, or I had all my eggs in one basket and only one revenue stream. And then when that got taken away, I wasn't ready to pivot, or I hadn't got the systems in place to be able to change, or I didn't understand technology, or I just had the wrong people on the team, or I've been dragging my feet trying to get online, and now I've been propelled into it, but now I'm here. I mean, the gym that we go to, physical location. You and I were talking on the day that they were going to make the law for gyms to close down, and we're like, no, don't do it. And we were going back and forth, leaving each other messages.
Well, and we get a squat rack.
No, it's like, where do you get a squat rack? They've run out of dumbbells. And so now we're training, and so via Zoom, and they've done a great job of not only running these online sessions, but offering additional sessions. We're doing a stretch class on Sunday morning. They're giving us recipes, and they're just doing everything they can to keep us as customers, right? Because our fees haven't changed, and we don't go to a cheap gym. Our fees have not changed, but they are putting so much more into making sure. Like just before we started tonight, I got a direct message from the coach I've been assigned. How are you doing? How are you finding the workouts? What do you need? So just really, really, really doubling down.
It's actually a really good example of saying, okay, so what are my customer expectations? You and I both, Suzi, are demanding. We're probably not easy customers. We have expectations of what we expect from our membership and from our training. And just because we're in lockdown doesn't mean those expectations change.
No.
But what is great is the guys at the gym have responded. They've pivoted very quickly. And me personally, I have respect for that. I have a lot of respect for the way they've been able to adjust. And I think we can extrapolate that example across all sorts of businesses, and we all see another side of the businesses that we've been supporting at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And for some businesses, I know it's not an easy transition to online. Perhaps what you do has to be done in person, but now is the time to start building your email list, to start doing your marketing, to start sharing your thought leadership, because things will come back. You don't want to lose the momentum. You want to be top of mind when things do change.
And I guess my point
for listeners, oh my God, sorry.
My point.
Go ahead. Sorry, we had a question here when you're done.
Okay. Yep. What was the question?
What would you suggest to someone starting a business now in response to needs I've identified? Probably need a little more information, Sam, but Karen, you want to see what you can do with that?
So it depends on the business. It depends on the needs. What sort of business are you in, Sam?
Yeah, let us know, and we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
This is a lovely Leah. She's a copywriter. She also does websites. She says, I'm using this time to really get to know my ideal client, something I've put off forever. I've created a survey that I'm going to ask them to fill out and hopefully also find time to chat to a couple of them. Great, Leah. I love that you're doing the survey, and I do encourage you, though, to do the calls. And inside of the resources that we have available for you at Her Business, and Leah's one of our members, we do have ideal client interview guidelines, because when you can speak to them, when you can hear the tone, when you can grasp the thread of an answer and go a little deeper, as Karen was saying, and really dig in, they're going to give you the exact language that you're going to be able to use in your marketing. They're going to tell you things that when you fill out a survey, as you know, it's a little more mechanical. Would you agree?
Yeah, and even to take that one step further, if you can do that call face to face on a Zoom or something, because you're going to see the intensity, you're going to see what they're passionate about, and make sure you ask those hard questions. Make sure you ask the question, what do you really love about my competitors? You know, make sure you go there, right? And you know, maybe you don't want to hear it, but you need to hear it. And you know, so identify. You know, who else. Who have you? I'm not sure what business you're in, but you know,
copywriting and website.
So you must have a couple of key competitors that you can actually say to your potential client. You know, who do you respect? Who do you love? Who do you think is doing a great job in this space? And what do you think they're doing that's so amazing?
I love it.
Absolutely, listen to that's the gold. Listen to that answer.
I haven't read this, so let's see what Nikki says. I was working as an interiors home planning textiles consultant, moved recently to a subscription site to offer advice and courses. However, being new to this, I'd love to know what platforms people are using to connect to those over the internet and gather followers. So if you're listening in, the question is, what platforms are you using to connect to those over the internet and gather followers? So what I would say to that, Nikki, is that you want to pick a lane and stay in that lane, because what we can often do, especially in small businesses, we've got a Facebook page, we've got a Facebook group, we've got an Instagram account, we're on YouTube, we've got a blog, we've got a website, all those things. The way that I decide where I'm going to spend my time depends where my ideal client is. That's the first thing, is where is my ideal client hanging out, like Karen was saying. And the other thing is, what has the least amount of friction for me? So for me to write blog posts, right now, too much friction. They're not getting done. It used to be that for me to jump on a Facebook Live was like, make that news for me because I want it, right? It was just so difficult, so hard. But now that's a whole lot easier. It takes me less time. I can have conversations with people. I have a guest like the wonderful Karen here, and it's just so much easier. So I can create content easier. And so choose whatever it is and go deep. And what you might want to do if you want to differentiate yourself from your competitor is choose a different platform. You know what I mean? If everyone in your niche is in Facebook, but you can have a great YouTube channel, go for it. Or, you know, like Jen, who's here, she's an amazing blogger. She doesn't also have to be on Instagram and on, 10 other channels and Pinterest and whatever, because she's got 2 young kids. She doesn't have time to do all that. So you want to really channel your energies. But I'd love to hear what everyone else said here. What are your thoughts?
I will say with anyone in the creative space, or anyone in that interactive design / consultative space, check out Mecca. Right, those guys
like Mecca Cosmetica.
I'm not a technical person, Suzi. You would know a lot more by looking at it of what they're doing. But their ability to respond and pivot and create. They have overnight created consultation platforms, design your own gift platforms. Even skin consultations, right? So there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a major pivot because they're retailers, right?
Well, they're sharp. They're sharp. So for me, Mecca are a great example of a business that is very, very responsive. I don't know the technical side of it. What I see as a customer is I want to keep engaging. I want to keep finding out, well, my skin's all really scaly at the moment. I need a body cream because I'm obsessed with, finding something to do. And and I know I can get advice from Mecca, and I'm confident to actually go on.
I love that.
Yeah.
I will definitely have a look at what they're doing.
And I also noticed too in the homeware space for the interior designer, somebody popped up on my feed today and they were offering in-home design consultations.
Via Zoom?
But, well, I can't remember who it was. It popped up and it's like, I don't know if it was Cocoa Republic. It was Cocoa Republic, actually.
Oh, right. Okay.
Cocoa Republic.
Okay.
So whoever that, I'm sorry.
Jen might know that. Yep, Jen's in that space. She might know the answer to that. We've got a quick question. Sorry, say that again.
Go and check out Cocoa Republic because I read to say they were now offering, whereas once before they used to want to just bring people into their stores, now they're actually offering in-home consults so you can pick the right couch or pick the right cushions.
Yeah, you might need to mortgage your house to get it with Cocoa Republic, but it'll be beautiful. You'll never want to sit on it.
Their ideas, just rip off their own.
This is the gorgeous Eleni Midakos, and so she works with schools. So she goes into schools and teaches young female drivers car know-how through her workshops. And what this does is builds their confidence, right? And you've got a daughter, like, you know, which mother wouldn't be afraid to have her daughter have her car break down and her not know what to do? Yeah. And so Eleni, you know, right now, schools are closed, right? Or they're just, you know, they're not looking to bring in people to teach kids anything because kids aren't there. So she says, our business is 100% hands-on. I've been in touch with our schools to make sure they are doing okay and asking how we can help them transition to online because she has understanding to online. And so Eleni is a smart cookie. She's had this business for 11 years. She's been a member for a long time. She's a great marketer. She's a great connection with big brands. And so I know, Eleni, they are going to be there for you when they come back because you're maintaining your relationship with them. So really, really, really good. And Nikki says, Fab, I was thinking of doing that in-home consult. So that's our person who's there. Now, I don't believe a friend of ours.
Just for the driving lady, is it appropriate to market to the kids direct? Because I know for a fact my daughter, she's got only her night hours to go, right? And in her mind, what's the point? We can't do a driving test. I can't do my P's anyway. They're not doing any testing. Right. Is there some way you can actually talk to the kids and get them, you know, tire changing savvy or something directly and cut the schools out in the short term? Because
good point. Eleni, let us know. I know Eleni has a YouTube channel, which is more like for the general public. So, and I think she's got an online course. So that could be an idea. And Nikki says, thanks, ladies. So she was the interiors person. Look at the whole. Now, I've been told by a little birdie that one of our mutual friends is here online, but I have not seen her pipe in. And you know who you are. Let us know that you're here. All righty. So we have just over 15 minutes to go before we go. If you have any questions, please go ahead and add them. I love that we've been able to help some people here. Leah says, I did a women's car maintenance course in college and it was one of the best things I ever did. Okay, I don't know how old Leah is and whether it would have been a Lenny's course, but yeah, it would have been totally worthwhile. We like to not leave you with, because we've still got 15 minutes or so to go. We like to give you some things that we think might inspire, we hope will inspire. As Karen said, a lot of thriving right now and anytime really is about mindset. And what I know about Karen is she is strong-willed. She's so strong-willed, and that's what's made her an international CrossFit competitor. It's what's made her at the top of her game in the roles that she's had in her career. And so she understands mindset and she's got a good hold on it. So why don't you kick us off with your thoughts for this segment of the show? So
on the weekend, it was beautiful in Sydney, for those of you in Sydney. And I live in Bondi, and there's a particular street in Bondi that I love, a shopping street with, you know, some nice stores, Gould Street, for those of you who live around Bondi. And I was walking along and I noticed my favourite store, Jacuzzi, was actually open. And, you know, I went in and I've become friends with the manager because, you know, when you spend enough money with a store, they befriend you. I was blown away by this conversation, right? She's not the owner, she's the manager.
Okay.
Today, the day I saw her, which was Sunday, was the first day that they'd opened for the last few weeks. She has had zero salary for 3 weeks.
Wow.
Zero, right? She hasn't been able to pay her rent. She's been eating out of cans. She has been trying to get some kind of, she's been trying to negotiate some kind of deal with her landlord through an agent, and she's just come up against obstacle after obstacle. She doesn't want to ask her parents because she's, embarrassed because she's 30 now. But you know what? She was like, we're giving this a go. I'm re-merchandising the store every day. I'm personally messaging clients such as me to let them know that we're open and that we'd love to see them in the store. We're coming up with offers to actually bring people into the store. We've done a refurbishment. We're promoting that. For me, it was about this girl had every reason to be negative.
Right. And she wasn't, right?
The world, right? But she didn't. She said, I'm trying to bring the rest of the street together. I'm trying to create a bit of a Gould Street hub where we share our experiences and we talk about what's going on. And for me, that was just, I got goosebumps talking to her because I thought, good on you. And I guess the first tip I would have is just be inspired. Like, open your eyes and watch what people are doing out there to build their business or hang on to the business that they've got. The cafes, the restaurants, they are like selling everything that they can. You know? They are selling everything they can possibly sell takeaway. And they're not giving up, and they're smiling, and they're positive. And I mean, they're just gritty.
Yes. That's what PJ just said on the comment. He said she has grit. That's exactly right. That's the word.
Grit is cool, right? So find your inner grit right now and turn whatever pain you've got going on, turn it into a positive. Turn it into, you know what, I'm going to friggin' nail this, and I'm going to come out of this better than I started. I'm going to be inspired by that girl in Gould Street. The other thing is, I don't know if you've seen the celebrities doing little songs and little concerts. Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman are doing this.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Really? Okay.
Jimmy and Jane Barnes are doing these little gigs, and even Sharon Strzelecki.
Who's that?
Magda Zabowski.
Oh, Magda Zabowski, right.
Yeah. Even Sharon has done a cool thing. So, like, just let yourself laugh. Like, just let yourself actually absorb some of the really collectively inspiring stuff that's going on out there in the market. And, get out in the sun and just let it wash over you, because there is so much great spirit actually in the market right now. And this thing, we're in it together. Absolutely, we're in it together, but actually use that. Like, let it wash around you and just sort of, absorb it. It's very, very inspiring. The other thing is spend time on you. And I know we all talk about, self-care. I've never been one for body care, as I've said before.
You've got scaly skin, you were saying.
Right? I have to get obsessed about something. So my new obsession is self-care, I've decided. And as we sit here, I've got a delivery waiting from Mecca, from David Jones, and from Keel. And I even ordered a bath pillow from Amazon, right? So I'm doing the whole bath thing.
I love it. Can you sit still long enough to have a bath?
So no. Well, I haven't been able to, and I blame the pillow situation. So now I'm deciding that if I get the pillow, I can sit for long enough. I guess the point there is look after yourself and indulge yourself a bit, and do that stuff that maybe you were curious about before. Like, why not?
I love it. So we're getting some comments here. I don't know what PJ's doing in the background. He's probably talking to your husband, Mike, and he's pissing himself laughing. Oh, you're in delay. Oh, that's a delay laugh. Okay, got it. Felicity says, my business came to a halt with the current situation. She's a milliner. So I've been reinventing myself since with another business idea that supports my same client. I'm staying connected with my community so I can encourage them over to my new business. Any advice welcome for the transition for them? Is it an appropriate way to introduce them to the next business while reassuring them my existing business will return and with its own growth?
So, Felicity, what is the next business? Is it a millionaire business as well?
Yeah, let us know and we'll come on back to you. Loads of comments here. Jocelyn says, be nice to your bookkeeper and accountant while they navigate stimulus packages, please. Jocelyn, are you an accountant? That's funny.
Mike's going, yeah, right, because Mike's
right. Yeah, and our partner's a bookkeeper. She's an accountant as well. She says, I agree. I'm getting too much pressure. Tina says, I'm late, but I'm here. Tina was our guest last week. Hey, welcome. And Stella says, I wanted so much skincare that I...
Me too. I am like a supermodel.
Oh, yeah, so funny. Oh my gosh. I hadn't bought skincare for a while, because they last quite a while. And I don't know if it's the Australian dollar or whatever, but I went to Adore Beauty the other day because I couldn't be bothered. I couldn't go to David Jones or whatever. I spent so much money. I'm with you. I better bloody look 25 after spending all that money for all those, the thing for the hair and the thing for the eyes and the thing for the exfoliation and whatever.
I'm on this bit now. I'm on this.
Hi, Josephine. Great to listen in tonight, ladies. Hello, Joe. So nice to have you here. Oh. All right. So we're back. Hey, Felicity, how about an offer around hats for your home Zoom party? What a great idea. So, and Felicity, let us know the answer to the question that Karen said to you. What is the new business that you're pivoting to so that we can help you with that transition? And Em says her accountants have been amazing.
Yeah.
Tina's having a couple to toast International Day of PJ. Very good. And Mickey says, I'm finally focusing on the chin hairs. Laser. I said it last week. Laser is the answer. When the laser clinics open back up, girls, I tell you, it's going to save you. Yeah. So the only thing I have to contend with is eyebrows at the moment.
That's for the milliner lady.
Yeah.
Thinking, and again, I don't know what your other business is yet, but just a couple of things that are jumping into my mind is, how do you decide what hat suits your face shape? Is there some hub connecting my ideal with resources? Yeah. So I don't know, is there a way of different face shapes suit different hats? Like I look crappy in most hats, but occasionally I look okay. My daughter looks incredible in all hats. Mike looks awful in all hats. So what is it about what is it? Is it about how to choose the great hat and how to know what hat to wear with what fashion? Maybe there's a way of extending the...
And speaking about connecting, Felicity, you need to speak to Fiona Keary in our network. Felicity is one of our members, and to Kay Ewer, because they are both stylists. And and Fiona has a huge Facebook group and she does product reviews. So you want to let her know what you do, because maybe, who knows what's going to happen by Melbourne Cup, which is, I'm sure, a really high time in your sales. Who knows? But even if you're watching the race, will the race even happen? I don't know. But talk to who else has your customer, right? Your target customer. Who else has your customer? Stylists have your customer. So the two people that you will know, they're in our directory, they're in our group, are those two. And I really recommend you have a chat with them.
Yeah. And hats for Zoom, hats for online racing. If the Melbourne Cup,
then definitely we need a hat and something better than the hat that I was wearing earlier, which I'll go grab. We really need to see Mike. This is saying, to see you.
Come on. He's eating olives right now, but
he's got a face mask on. He's doing self-care.
He doesn't look at his best. He's looked better. I'm just perfect.
He's lovely. Hello. There he is. Hey, Mike. You're too funny. There we go, Liz. That's Mike. He's gorgeous. Oh, speaking of hats, Felicity, this is the best I could do today. I was wearing this earlier when we did our Zoom call for PJ's birthday. All righty. Okay, we've just got 6 minutes to go. I want to say a couple of quick things myself.
I left out. I forgot my last point. It doesn't matter. Just connect. Yeah, it's pretty much a follow-on from what Suzi was just saying. Connect with people who can support you. Don't feel like you have to do this on your own. You connect with groups like, the members, the wonderful members that Suzi's got through She Business. The support, the support that Suzi and PJ and you all provide each other, your friends, your family. Like, this word connection's being thrown around a lot at the moment, but make it work for you. We all connect in different ways, but just make sure you lean on people and get that support.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. That's what her business is about. It's really about connecting women with other women, connecting you with ideal clients, great ideas, expert speakers, all those fun things. What I wanted to say is, and this goes back to kind of what we've been talking about, is do the best you can with what you've got, right? Yeah. When and just get started. When I started CrossFit, I was almost 40, I think. Oh, no, I was over 40.
Really?
40? Yeah. And at the time, I thought, I'm way too old to be doing this. Way too old, right? And I think I ran my first half marathon when I was 42 or something. Oh, wow. And it would be really easy to say, if only I was younger, you're right. And we say this all the time. If I had more youth, if I had more money, if I had more time, if I had more skills, if I had more clients, if it wasn't for COVID. And I just want to invite you to do the best with what you have. Yeah. There is so much skill that you have, so much opportunity. You have networks, you have existing clients, you have past clients, you have products and services. Do the best you can with what you've got. Like I said, when I started CrossFit, I could have easily said, I'm too old for this. I'm going to go do, whatever women over 40 do, right? Because surely that's too stressful. Within 18 months, I was in the best shape of my life. And even now, I'm stronger than when I was, 40. And so just get started. And like Karen said, find what lights you up, find what inspires you, and go deeper into that. And you started a business, right? And so there was something that lit your fire when you started. Just go deeper into that. But there is always something that you can do, like spinning out of control, getting inactive, getting apathetic is not going to move you forward. And I don't say that only because, I'm like very driven by goals and achievement. And it's just that every successful person I know just kept taking action after action after action. And like running a marathon or finishing a terrible CrossFit workout, if you just keep going, it's finally going to finish, right? You're going to get to the end line. And so I encourage you to do that. Sometimes it doesn't feel like they're ever going to end, right, Karen?
Yeah, totally.
That's right. So I wanted to have a look at these quick comments here. Gorgeous Suzi, you make me a better me. Oh, Liz, you're absolutely gorgeous. The reason I'm here every week is because the gold from your guests is awesome. It is. And Tina's being very funny. I thought you were 40 now. The skin products are working. And PJ's piping in. Tina, with such a young fella, it's completely understandable. All right, it's all getting out of control now. Laurel's joining us from Northern Territory. She's got a serious question. What system are you using to run this live interview, please? No, it's actually called StreamYard. StreamYard, just like it sounds, StreamYard.com, and it syncs with Facebook. We're also going live to YouTube tonight. So I don't know what's happening over there because I'm not looking at YouTube, but it's a really, really cool tool. And there's a free version and there is a paid version. We have 2 minutes to go. Karen, what would you like to leave us with?
I think what you're doing here, Suzi, is incredible. I think it's fun. I think it's useful. I think it's powerful. And I just would encourage everybody they know to get involved. And as I said before, there's a lot of cliches being thrown around at the moment, connection, survival, recovery, reinvent, business, whatever. There's a lot of cliches. Do not do cliches. If you're going to actually explore something, if you're going to embrace something, embrace it properly and make it work for you. There's no rules. Connection looks different for different people. And as Suzi said earlier on, if you're an extrovert and an introvert or somewhere in between, you know, connection can look different ways for different people, and you need to make it work for you, and dial into your customers and understand what's important, and be confident and be calm and don't panic, because the fog will lift. The fog will lift. That is for sure. And when it lifts, it will look different. And so, you know, we don't know what it's going to look like, but what we do know is what our brand's all about and what our business is all about, and come back to that and stay true to that, and you can't fail.
Thank you so much for being my guest tonight, Karen. You've been awesome.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much to those who've joined us tonight. Tell your friends. We're going to be back here next Wednesday night with another guest. If you're brand new to the Her Business world, this gives you a little bit of a taste of our craziness. You get to meet some of our amazing members who've been putting great comments here today. And once again, hey, have a great night wherever you are. Jen saying, sorry I joined so late, but you are two very strong, wonderful women. Oh, I'd love to find out more about Her Business. Head on over to herbusiness.com or just drop me a note here below and we'll get you some information. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Bye, guys. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.